good start for the first 4 minutes, and then a really bad last 44 minutes. So, disappointing. But the story of the game was the number of loose balls that they got that we didn't get. I think we were 3 out of 14 in the first half and 4 out of 12 in the second half, and that's just those are possessions, and that along with rebounding and just I think overall force that they played with were the key. So disappointing performance. We got to get out of here and get home and get ready to play Atlanta, who's another high-level team, a high-level offensive team.
Rick, you said that you've always said it's a game of runs. You guys went on that 12-0 run, and Willie Green had to call the first time out, not you. What besides not getting those loose balls, what did you think happened in those 2 big runs that they had?
Well, they just were quicker to the ball. The overall rebounding, you get beat by 18 boards. There's 18 possessions on all the loose balls and rebounds. Some of those loose balls are rebounding opportunities. I don't know what the exact number is, but the differential is a lot to overcome. And this is a top team in the West. I don't care if Zion's playing or not. I mean, these guys have been beating good teams all year when he's been out. And, McCollum's a great player. And, Valanciunas is very underrated. So, but, we're going to have to play better tomorrow, but we're going to have to play with a lot more force. And we're going to have to, I don't know, I didn't think we eased into the first 4 minutes of the game. But after that, they really hit us with some punches, and we did not respond the way we needed to. Dustin, you got anything?
Yes, I do. I mean, obviously, like you said, the rebounding is the biggest number there. But what did you see, especially, late first quarter into the rest of that second, as far as just issues on the offensive end? I mean, it's a big deal. Obviously, when you're not getting any second chance points, but when you're what did you see that was an issue as far as ball movement and missing shots?
Well, I thought we got stagnant at times, and our inability to get stops led to a lot of our issues on offense. Teams are really, they're really concentrating on Tyrese, keeping him out of the lane. We didn't have a particularly great shooting night, 25% from 3, 42 from the field. So yeah, it was a struggle, and it's not as simple as just writing it off and flushing it. The hard play elements of this game were very troubling, and we've got to fix those headed into tomorrow.
And real quick, Jalen, I think only played about 6.5 minutes. Was that just performance based, or was there anything an aggravation with the ankle?
No, no aggravation of the ankle, but I did have sort of, a sense that, if it wasn't going great, with him being a little tender, maybe best not to go crazy with him. Isaiah hadn't played much lately. This seemed like more of his kind of game. Then eventually we ended up playing too big some, and so. But now listen, it's in terms of that, that was really the thinking there. I hope as we were going through this game and entering into it was that Aaron, Jalen, and Chris would continue to trend in a good direction, and post game it seems like everybody's doing okay. So we'll pack up and get out of here and get ready for tomorrow.
Man, they just played harder than us. Simple as that. I think over the course of 82 games, you have games where you don't shoot the way you want to, you don't play up to your ability. It happens to every team, but obviously frustrating. Effort is a thing you can control, so we just didn't have the right energy, the right effort today. And, they're missing guys, but they played hard than us today, and that made up for it.
It was interesting because
first quarters, you guys have struggled early. Rick usually has to call the first time out. Willie Green had to call the first time out. You guys were up by 10. Then it just was sort of a barrage. Wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we started. I mean, I think the last 3 games, I think we started really well. Started opening games the right way. So, it's obviously frustrating, but we were in the right spot. Early in the game, had a good lift about us, a good bounce about us, but they responded. They're the best. I think they're the best team in the West, one of the best teams in the West. So they responded how they're supposed to, and we just never responded that way.
They always say this about the NBA, that there's always the next game. I guess the good and the bad, you've got to play a back-to-back, but you have another game tomorrow night against Atlanta, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's the biggest thing is you kind of just got to flush this. For me, it's like, watch film while I'm playing. Talk to him about it. But I'm already showered, so I had to get that stench off me from that game and move on to the next one because we got a team who very similar records to us, something that will be around where we are in the standings in the East, for the rest of the year. So it's a big game for us.